Alright, hello and welcome to race number 2 of week 5 of the Rusty Misfits Racing League, all the dirt rookie mini stocks. Tonight, we are at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park for race number 2 of these rookie drivers in the mini stock cars. A 0.68 mile track, mere miles from the infamous Brickyard, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This track itself was home to several NASCAR Craftsman Truck, Xfinity races, ARCA, and now the Rusty Misfits Racing League Rookie Mini Stocks. We are currently in our practice session with about 11 and a half minutes remaining. We appear to have 7 cars registered for tonight's event, at least to this point. One thing you will notice with this track, the outside line, the high line, the Kyle Larson Special, is the preferred way around this track. You can make that bottom, as you see Kenny Troughton run that inside line. You can make it work, but the outside line, you maintain so much more momentum. It is the preferred line. As we watch Kenny Troughton remove himself from pits again, do remember that that number 25 machine will not actively be racing. He is our race controller. He will be sitting in the race control tower during the actual races. He just likes to come out during the practice sessions to show these rookies just where they can put the car and how fast the car can be around some of these tracks. Give them something to base themselves off of. As far as drivers actually competing in tonight's event, Jaxson Quallie in that number 17 machine has the fastest lap time. A mere 0.02 of a second fastest, or slower than the time put down by Kenny Troughton. Ray Andrews is the second fastest car, about a tenth or so off of Jackson's time. And then points leader Justin Walbring sitting in third place. Now, if you've been following the RMRL, you will know that we had last week off thanks to, or to give time to celebrate Remembrance Day. Come back this week with a full schedule. But during the off week, we actually ran a practice race at this track. I hopped in it myself to see just what the track was like. I've got a few laps around here, but not very many, and none in the mini stock. And found it to be quite enjoyable, except iRacing does not provide a fixed setup for this setup, or for this track, which this league runs all fixed setup races. So we were running Southern National's setup for this car, which worked fine, except we were having to shift. 4th gear was not enough down the straightaways, but 5th was too high for the corners. And race control thought that that's going to be just a little bit too much to ask of for our race. They ran a few practice sessions during the week. They came to an agreement on a decent sounding rear end gear ratio, and now these boys will be running it straight in 4th gear the entire race, excuse me. Take a look here at Mr. Matt Moreau in that 38 number, or Dodge Avenger. Matt is our number 2 position as far as points. A mere 3 points behind Justin Walbring. 186 to Justin's 189. He has a great chance this weekend to try to close that gap, maybe even try to take the position away, but right now on the leaderboard, he is showing about half a tenth faster than Justin. As you see, these guys, they car running that higher line. 3 grooves up the track. The momentum you keep up there is worth so much more than that initial speed on corner entry on the bottom. On that outside wall continue to grow as the tape progresses. As cars go up to that outside, run that Kyle Larson line, rip the wall, and maybe ask just that little bit too much of the car. Pass on Ray Andrews, trying to catch up to the 17 and 38 battling side by side ahead of him. If you look at that scoreboard, it is a tight battle all the way throughout. A little bit of about 2.5 tenths of a second from our fastest car to our slowest, which 2.5 tenths racing terms is a long time, but in a field of guys with who will admit that they do and they look 4 wide for a brief second and it doesn't work. Mick Olsen makes contact with Raymond and goes around. But as I was saying, 2.5 tenths doesn't sound like a lot of time. You know, a quarter second. But on a racetrack, a quarter second can be the difference between first and fifth. Back to Jaxson Quallie harassing race control right now. A little under 5 minutes remaining in this practice session before we go into the first of our heat races. The way this league runs, they do not run a single qualifying session. Instead, they go through their practice session. Your starting position and your heat race will be randomly determined for you by iRacing. And your heat race number 1, will determine the starting lineup for the inside row of the feature race, and the second heat will determine the outside row of the outside row. I gotta learn how to speak apparently. We got Ray Andrews pulling off the track, looking to make a couple of tweaks to his car probably. Got Dale Wiggins pulling back out just behind Jaxson Quallie. So yeah, if I wasn't clear on the qualifying procedure for the feature race, heat race 1 determines inside row, heat race 2 determines outside row. So you win heat race number 1, you will have pole position. You win heat race number 2, and you'll be on the outside pole. So we have under 3 minutes remaining. So Dale Wiggins gets just a little bit sideways going into the corner. Keeps it collected, keeps it with Jaxson Quallie. Just to show you how little that leaderboard really means, you have Jaxson Quallie, who is currently our fastest on the board, and Dale Wiggins, who has, well, now the second slowest time on the board. And they are racing door to door for position. In fact, Dale Wiggins is able to pass Jaxson, but Jackson's going to fight it back to the inside, get a little sideways off the corner. From young Jaxson to move his way up the leaderboard, up to third place now. A whole 0.04 of a second slower than Jackson's best time. Jaxson fighting almost a little bit too hard there. Gets a little sideways off the exit of the turn 4. And tail whips it all the way down the front straightaway. As practice wraps up, we will get ready to start gridding for our heat races. We have enough cars today for 2 individual heat races. 1 heat of 3, 1 heat of 4. As we get ready to go here, your starting lineup for heat race number 1. Matt Moreau in that number 38 Dodge Avenger will be starting on the inside pole. Dale Wiggins in that 88 machine will be outside of him in second place. Third place starter will be Ray Andrews in that number 13 car, with Mick Olson starting on the outside of row number 2. In the first of 2 formation laps, 2 pace laps here. And this track might be long enough, we might only get 1, we'll see. As they line up, get ready. We will get 2 and get 1 green this time by. 38 inside of that 88. A lot of red and white in this heat race. All 4 cars having some form of red and white on it. As we get ready to go, the pace car has pulled off the field, leaving Matt Moreau in control as they come off of turn 4. All starts and restarts are on the green flag, and there it is. Dale Wiggins with an awesome start on the outside, gets to the line ahead of the 38 machine and is able to clear down. Matt Moreau, not the start he wanted. Mick Olofsson is able to clear him coming off of turn 2, and it also clears the 88 Ford to the lead, going down the back straightaway. Dale's trying to battle back to the inside, not there. Gets his nose back up behind the back bumper of that 21, tries to go to the outside line. Makes a little bit of contact with that outside wall. That allows the 38 to get to the bottom inside of him. Door to door down the back straightaway. Dale Wiggins keeping that momentum on that outside line. He is able to clear the 38 as the 38 has a little bit of a wiggle to 3 and 4. But Dale a little bit too aggressive going into 1, gets a lot sideways. Doesn't allow that to slow him down too much. In fact, he's able to close the gap a bit on that 21 machine. Looking to the inside of the 21, coming through 3 and 4 now. Five laps remaining in our 8-lap heat race. Was almost able to get to Mick, but not quite able to make anything happen of it. In fact, all 4 cars right now are under a blanket. As Matt Moreau looks to the outside of the 88 machine, coming into turn 1 and 2 now. Matt's outside, Dale inside. 38 not able to get clear. Should be able to clear him coming off of turn 4 this time by, and does. But the 13's going to look to the outside. As the 38 gets a little sideways going into turn 1, gets into that outside wall, lets Dale come back to the inside. Three cars almost side by side. Ray Andrews outside of the 88 machine. Coming down the front straightaway, 2 laps remaining in this heat race. Dale battling to not finish as the last car in the heat. Ray with a little bit of contact that sends him down the track and almost into the 88, but gets into the wall going into 3. That's going to allow Dale to clear him going around the turn. Meanwhile, Matt Moreau has caught back up to Mick Olofsson. White flag is in the air. Can he make a pass for the lead? Both these cars, week in and week out on the Asphalt Series, have been fast. Matt is on the bumper, looks to the outside a little bit. Has a run coming off of turn 4. Able to get alongside the back bumper, but Mick Olofsson holds off the hard-charging 38 for the win. Matt Moreau will have to settle for second place. Dale Wiggins will bring up third, and Ray Andrews is the back of the pack. As we get ready and start gridding up heat race number 2, there will be 3 cars in this race. You'll see Kenny Troughton listed in third, but he is our race control, will not be in the race. Kyle Thayer, however, in that 89 car, will be starting on the inside pole position. Jaxson Quallie in that number 17 machine will be starting outside pole. And Justin Walbring will be effectively starting third place. As the pace car leads them around for the first of 2 pace laps, we'll get ready for 8 more laps of heat racing to finalize our starting lineup for the 75-lap feature race. Down the back straightaway, the pace car will be pulling off as he enters turn 3, leaving the field in the control of Kyle Thayer there in that 89 machine. Do you want to watch that outside line? You can could get some serious momentum on that outside, and we saw that in the last heat race. As we come off of turn 4,
Green flag
is
flag.
in the air. Nice even start. But again, that outside line just has that better run. Jaxson Quallie is able to clear Kyle. Justin Walbring side by side for second. In fact, he will clear the 89 going into turn 3. Tries to look to the inside, coming down the front straightaway, going into turn 1 on that leader. But Jaxson using the momentum on the outside to just maintain the lead. Both cars get a little wiggly coming off of turn 2. Keep it straight, but that allows Jaxson to open up the gap on Justin by about 0.3 of a second. In fact, Jackson's got no company as far as competition's concerned, but Mr. Walbring's got Kyle Thayer all over his back bumper for second place again. Kyle a little sideways coming off of turn 2. Has to back up, regroup, and try again coming through 3 and 4. Justin covers the bottom line. Kyle looks to the outside. Can't make the momentum work, though. All this battling is allowing Jaxson to just drive away, though. Half a second, almost 0.6. As we go down the back straightaway, things have settled down just a little bit. Kyle Thayer not ready to give up the fight on Justin Walbring for second, though. He's only about half a second behind Justin. But Justin's starting to open that gap back up. Kyle Thayer is able to close just a little bit, coming through 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway. Justin's looking to the bottom, Kyle out down that outside line. Jaxson is just opening that lead, almost a full second over second place now. As Kyle Thayer appears to have brushed the wall and lost all his momentum, allowing Walbring to just drive away from him. But up front, it's all Jaxson Quallie as he comes off turn 4 to take the white flag one more time around. 1.3 seconds back to second place. He has absolutely no worries in heat race number 2. Wrap this up on the start, on the drop of the green flag, taking the position away from Kyle Thayer immediately. Coming off turn 4 to win heat race number 2, that number 17 of Jaxson Quallie. Justin Walbring will bring second place up, and Kyle Thayer will finish the field out in third. And now, we will go straight into our feature race. The dirt race earlier, they got a 3-minute warm-up. This time, they go directly into the feature. No warm-up in between. 75 laps, and we'll start with Mick Olofsson on pole position with Jaxson Quallie on his outside. Matt Moreau bringing up the inside of row 2, Justin Walbring outside of him. Dale Wiggins starting 5th position with Kyle Thayer outside of row 3 and 6. Ray Andrews will bring up the back of this field. 7 cars starting tonight's race. Clean racing all the way through so far tonight. But we got 75 laps. gotta remember to drive easy, drive clean. You can burn your tires up. With these minis, it takes a lot of doing, but you can burn the tires up. So it's going to be a lot of tire management, making sure you have a little bit left for the end of the race. As we come down the back straightaway, getting ready to take the green flag, the pace car pulls off. Field is in the hands of that 21 machine. Mick Olofsson coming around turn 3. Getting ready to start this 75 lap feature here at Lucas Oil, Indianapolis. Green flag is in the air. Nice even start on the field all the way through. And for the first time tonight, that outside line does not prevail. Mick Olofsson is just about able to clear Jaxson Quallie coming off of turn 2. In fact, Jaxson brushes the wall. Let's Mick clear him. Justin tried to avoid what he believed was going to be a slower car, made a little bit of contact with the 38, who was still inside. In fact, right now, this is our side-by-side action yet for third place. Matt Moreau looking inside of that 666 of Justin Walbring. Kyle Thayer on the inside of Dale Wiggins. That inside line, you got to get clear before going into the corner pretty much. You allow that outside car to stay alongside you. They have the momentum coming off the turn. Still side by side coming off of turn 2. In fact, Justin will clear the 38, but the 38 is going to dive and try to clear the
Yellow.
but gets himself hooked. Caution flag is out. And Matt Moreau hooks himself on the on the front bumper of that 88 machine. Just tried to clear himself up. Tried to not allow that 88 to get alongside, but just didn't have the room to do so and turns himself into the outside wall. Unfortunate start to the race for that 38 machine. He is quick. And not what he needed to not only maintain his points position in the championship race, but to try to advance. That's not going to help him. These boys do not have fast repair. In fact, I'm showing Matt Moreau has now towed to pit road. May have done more damage to that car than he expected. And that is going to really hurt his chances. These guys do not get a fast repair. Whatever damage you cause to your car, you have to live with. And Matt just did a lot of damage to the front end of that car. Very good chance he did some engine damage. And Dale Wiggins somehow bouncing it off the wall in under caution. We are 6 laps into this race. Mick Olofsson still in the lead. From the green flag, Jaxson Quallie still running second place, still looking to make that position up, trying to take the lead away from that 21 car. Justin Walbring, if you've been following this season, that gentleman right there has only missed the podium position 1 race out of, this will be race number 10. Few drivers in this league can say they have been that consistent. Dale Wiggins in 4th position, looking to sneak into that podium spot. He has done it before. And Kyle Thayer, Ray Andrews, 5th and 6th. As we double up, get ready to go back racing. As we complete lap number 7, we'll take the green flag once again. of turn 4.
Green,
Green
green,
flag
green.
is out. Dale Wiggins bumping on the back bumper of that 17, trying to get him moving. Jaxson wasn't quite as ready as Dale was for that start, but still ready enough to stay side by side coming off a 2 with Mick Olofsson. In fact, using that momentum, he is able to clear that 21, but the 21 dives it deep into turn 3. In fact, they make a little bit of contact. 21 gets sideways, saves it. Going to lose a couple of positions in doing that and hand the lead off to the 17. In fact, right now, Mick is fighting to just stay in the top 3. Walbring on the outside, going to clear Mick going into turn 3. Mick not ready to give up. Look to the inside coming off of 4, not quite able to get there. Tries to make a move, but wasn't quite sure where that 666 was going on to into turn 1. Up front though, Jaxson Quallie has opened up to a 4/10 of a second lead over Dale Wiggins. Dale Wiggins got a couple tenths back to 3rd place of Justin Walbring. Walbring had a mirror full of Mick Olofsson, but Mick kind of backed off a little bit on that last exit. Managed to regroup and get right back there though. Mick kind of looked to the outside. It sounded like the 89 might have made contact with that outside wall. Got a bit of a battle for 5th and 6th place right now. Matt Merle still on pit road. In fact, this entire field is pretty much paired off and they are battling. Jaxson Quallie getting pressure from Dale Wiggins. Justin Walbring being pressured by Mick Olofsson. Kyle Thayer. He's got Ray Andrews all in his mirror. But Kyle trying to get up there with that 21 machine as well, but Ray diving hard off the exit of 4, or off of 2. Looking to the inside, going into turn 3. Kind of gets there. They're going to make some contact to 3 and 4. A little bit of contact allowed the 13 to stay side by side, but the 89 just has a better run coming off the turn. Once again, Ray driving it in deep. Trying to stay side by side, trying to get 5th place away. Kyle pinching the 13 down, a little bit of contact made. Kind of shot the 89 out wide and let the 13 clear him coming off of turn 4. Back up front, Jaxson Quallie. He's got a mirror full of red 88 car. Wiggins not quite able to get to Jaxson to try to make a pass. Just able to get close enough to get on his bumper, then just kind of falls back a couple of tenths. This has been going on for a lap or 2 now. He's got some kind of settled down here right now, running more or less single file. Dale Wiggins way out on that Larson line. Quallie just about middle of the track through turns 1 and 2. In fact, that corner allowed Jaxson to open up the gap about 0.2 of a second more. Jaxson just running nice and smooth, hitting his marks. Back in 3rd place, we got Justin Walbring. Again, just running kind kind of all on his own. No one immediately behind, no one directly in front of him. Fourth place, Mick Olsen. Not the restart that he wanted. Cost him 3 positions from the lead back to fourth, and he just can't quite seem to find the speed to get back up there. Kyle Thayer just not having a good night either. He's fallen all the way back to 6th place, almost 6 seconds back off the lead. And Matt Moreau still showing in pit road. Dale Wiggins falling back on our leader. Now in second behind. 22 laps complete. Hearing a lot of cars rubbing the wall, but can never quite catch who it is. Doesn't seem to be slowing anyone down, so they must be very minor brushes with the wall. Still not something you want to be doing, because every time you touch it, it's extra drag on the car. And it will slow you down. Mick is not careful, he is going to have company here soon. Ray Andrews has been closing that gap. Mick not seeming to be enjoying how his car is handling right now. In fact, I think we just found the culprit of who's hitting the wall. And it would appear that Kyle Thayer has entered pit road. Getting service done early. I believe these guys get maybe 2 sets of tires. Getting right sides put on and left sides, going for all 4. This is going to put him a couple of laps down, but he might be able to make some of that time back up. Fresh tires will always be faster. As we have a battle for 4th position here. Ray Andrews has caught Mick Olsen, got to the inside. Going down the back straightaway to turn 3. Side by side, slight contact, gets that 13, all kinds of swirly, keeps it all collected. Allows Mick to get back out by a couple of tenths of a second. Ray's going to have to regroup and try to reel that 21 back in. Having the night that he was hoping for. He is our running 4th in points right now. And falling in positions like this isn't going to help that situation too much. Not in a tight points battle like we have right now. Our gap from 1st to 4th or 5th is only 24 points. Bumper of that 21, trying to find a way around, looking to the outside this time by. Mick all the way down to that bottom line. Ray using that momentum on the outside. Gets alongside. He's able to get his nose ahead coming off of turn 2, and will clear him coming off onto the back straightaway. Putting Mick down yet another position to 5th from the lead on the last restart. Let's hop on board with Mick Olsen, see just how he is handling. look like he's fighting that wheel too much. In fact, the car looks like it's not turning enough for him. That motor almost sounds like it may also be just a little bit hurt. But that could be my ears too. Back up front. Got Jaxson Quallie still in the lead, 1.9 seconds ahead of second place Dale Wiggins. In fact, Dale's starting to come under a little bit of pressure from behind from Justin Walbring, who's closed that gap up considerably. There used to be about a 1.5 gap between second and third. Justin's brought it down to 4/10, about a half second. Wonder if maybe Dale used a little bit too much of his tires and Justin found a place to save a little bit. Has come back out on track after repairs. 23 laps down. Trying to salvage what couple points that he can. Kyle Thayer, on the other hand, seems to have pulled his car off to the garage. Still showing him in pits, but another unfortunate event for Kyle. Meanwhile, Justin Walbring still trying to catch up, trying to put a little bit of extra pressure onto that 88 of Dale Wiggins. He has caught up to the back bumper of that 88 machine. Looking down to the inside, seeing if he can make the pass. The outside line here has proven to be the preferred way around, but you can make a pass happen on the inside if you are able to do it right. Both to the middle of the track that time through 1 and 2. Justin looking to the inside, coming off of the corner. Not quite able to get there. In fact, all this battling's been allowing Ray Andrews to slowly reel these two in as well. They keep fighting like this, it will be a 3-car battle before long. I think Justin's showing a little bit of a, hey, just so you know, I'm here. Looking to that inside, trying to make something happen, just cannot get to the corner of that 88 car. And through 1 and 2, coming off of turn 2, he's able to get down there, able to almost get alongside, just cannot keep that momentum like Dale can on the outside. Dale go to the bottom. Justin thought about looking to the top, thought better of it. In fact, Justin's using the apron to try to find a little extra space. Past halfway now. Again, Justin all over the back bumper of that 88, not able to find it. Justin seems to be too determined to use that inside line. Gets a little sideways trying to get down there. Collects it back up. That's going to put a little bit of a gap back between him. But while these two have been battling, that 13 car has been reeling them in. Tried to go down low, had to check up because of that 88. Now looking to the outside, going to have the momentum this time enough to get alongside. going to have a pass for second, maybe even third. As you got Ray Andrews in that 13 machine looking to follow Jaxson Walbring on that outside. Isn't able to get there. The 88 moves up, closes the door, but Ray looks down to the bottom, gets alongside, gets to the door, slides up, just about makes contact. Falls back in line, in fourth place there. Dale looking to try to make a pass back on that 666 machine. Not quite able to catch back up. In fact, Justin's starting to pull a gap just a little bit. But this battling has opened up the lead for Jaxson Quallie. 3.6 seconds back to second from him. This young racer, he is just on a Sunday cruise right now. In fact, it looks like there might have been a little bit of action. There's a massive drop again. Justin Walbring now 3.8 seconds, going to be 3.9 by looks of by the time they come off turn 2. But Justin able to open up that gap on Dale Wiggins. Dale under pressure from behind from Ray Andrews. Dale looking down towards the bottom. Ray just a lane higher. Not quite able to get enough momentum to get outside. Dale's got it covered. But Ray's trying to commit to that outside. Trying to commit to that higher momentum lane. But Dale's maintaining just enough to keep the door closed. Running that middle line through 3 and 4. Ray looks to the inside going into turn 1. Is able to get alongside, but pushes up the track a little bit. Squeezing, rubbing doors with the 88. 88 able to clear him by a car length coming off of 2, back down the back straightaway. Ray's going to have to sit back and regroup and reset. Once again, trying that bottom line. Just cannot get the speed off the corner like you can on that outside. Dale clears him by 2-3 car lengths once again. Dale committing to that middle line there, making it difficult for Ray to find a way around. Up front still, Jaxson Quallie continuing to stretch that lead. Running lap times considerably faster than his competitors. Last time by was a 25.15. The only one competing with him, Ray Andrews, just a couple of hundred set faster with a 25.11. Everyone else a tenth or two slower. Allowing Quallie to just open up 5.5 seconds back as Ray Andrews finally makes it past Dale Wiggins. Seems to have done it on the bottom of the track. Coming down the front straightaway, starting to open the gap a little bit up on that 88 machine. Been the recipient of some bad luck over his racing career, which is unfortunate because that guy can drive a race car. He is a fairly quick driver. Dale Wiggins not ready to give up on that podium position, back on the 13's bumper. Bumper to bumper through 1 and 2. Dale gets into the outside wall a little bit, doesn't slow him down much though. Looking to the bottom of the track. Ray staying in that higher line, allowing him to pull about a car length or so gap coming down the front straightaway. No contest at the front, no contest for second either. You got to go about 2 seconds ahead to get to second place, Jaxson Walbring. And Mick Olofsson, 17.5 seconds off the pace. He is going to be in danger of getting lapped here very shortly. Our race leader, Jaxson Quallie, won't be that much further behind him. Jaxson still running clean laps, fast laps. Take another look at what everyone's last lap time was. Jaxson Quallie at a 25.17. Walbring a little bit behind at a 25.21. Ray Andrews, our last top three car, 25.19. They're all running fairly close lap times. But Jaxson running just that little bit quicker than most everyone. In fact, running a 25 flat that last time by. Everyone's just kind of spread out. As you see Dale Wiggins diving into pit road. 16 coming to 15 laps to go. This is a brave decision, as both Dale and Mick are on pit road. Mick just coming off now. I don't know if coming to pit road for tires is the call to make. Not when our leader's running the lap times that he is, and doing so consistently. Scored on the lead lap. Jaxson Quallie, Jaxson Walbring, Ray Andrews. Mick Olofsson has moved his way back up to 4th after that pit cycle, but he is being scored 2 laps down. Now he will be pulling faster lap times than our leaders on fresher rubber, or at least he should be. Jaxson Quallie last time across the line was a 25.06. Mick Olofsson a 24.68, so there's about a half second a lap difference. But with 13 laps to go, a half second lap at a 25-second lap time, that's going to be too much ground to try to make up. But here you'll see the difference between fresh tires and old tires. As we see Mick Olofsson looking to the inside of the 13 car. Ray being smart, letting the 21 go by. He realized that the 21's on fresher tires. Wiggins seems to have had some sort of an issue. He has parked his car and is now out of the race, leaving us with 5 cars on track. Out of the 7 that started. Jaxson Quallie, the lone Canadian in the field, continuing to stretch that lead. 7.7 seconds over Justin Walbring, who is running second place, who is almost 3 seconds ahead of third, and will soon have to contend with the fresher tires of Mick Olofsson. So we are under 10 laps to go, 9 remaining. couple of quick cautions early on. Actually, I believe only one caution early on. And green flag all the way through otherwise. Jaxson Quallie just on a Sunday drive out at that front. 8.2 seconds. He is gaining probably 2 or 3 tenths a lap. Justin Walbring in second. Who's now feeling pressure from those fresher tires that Mick Olofsson's running. Justin trying to give Mick room, letting Mick try to choose which side he wants to go to. I think this battling that Justin's doing with Mick is allowing that 13 car Ray Andrews to slowly start reeling in just a little bit. Like the gap might have been getting a little lower, but maybe not. Five laps remaining. That gap is just continuing to grow. Jaxson still running 24.8s to Justin Walbring's 25.3 the last time by. In fact, the only one close to Jackson's lap time rate the last time by was Walbring and Mick Olofsson running 25.3s. That's mostly because Mick is being held up by Justin. As they come in and turn one side by side, a little bit of contact. Mick gets a little bit of the outside wall. Mick's just sitting there like, man, I've got fresher tires. Just let me by. I'm not fighting you for position. 3 laps to go. Mick finally clears the 666 of Justin Walbring. Ray Andrews 4 or 3 seconds back off of Walbring. And then we got Mick Olofsson running in 4th. Matt Moreau 23 laps down, being scored 6. And not going to have enough as leader Jaxson Quallie puts him down yet another lap. Jaxson Quallie coming off of turn 4 to take the white flag. One more time around this 6/10 of a mile track. Almost 12 seconds back to second. Jaxson has this one in the bag. He can put it in neutral and coast from here. Coming off turn 4, Jaxson Quallie gets win number 2 on the season. In dominating fashion, 12 seconds ahead of second place finisher Justin Walbring. As he comes off turn 4 now and across the line. Ray Andrews will bring up 3rd place. Mick Olofsson will get scored 4th. Dale Wiggins will get credited for 5th, with Matt Moreau finishing 6th, 24 laps down. Then Kyle Thayer. But what a race from that young man, Jaxson Quallie, 14 years old, and going out and putting on a clinic for guys twice his age. Just out driving at an 11.83 second differential from first to second on that race. As we wait for the top 3 to come into the broadcast booth with me. In fact, there they all are. We'll bring 3rd place into the booth here. Ray Andrews in that number 13 machine. Ray, what a drive today.
That was finally a podium for the 13 car. I have been trying so hard, and I finally got a car track combo and a long green flag run to show my stuff.
Well, it was definitely a long green flag run there. I believe that was about 60 some laps that we had at the end.
Yeah, I am definitely tired. I'm sweating now.
Yeah, the whole field kind of got spread out there, but you had a pretty decent battle there with Justin Walbring for a while there. Did he just have a little bit too much for you? Did you just wear your tires a little too much battling him?
I think I wore at some point. I think I wore my tires out just a little too much, and I couldn't push to make a charge there at the end. I was just trying to make sure I stayed up in the third spot and getting everything I could out of the car towards the end of the race. And my pit crew was telling me to start watching my tire wear, and I was starting to worry. And
I definitely talked earlier in the race about tire wear, how we had that practice race, and I believe it was actually Justin Walbring that found the limit, or sorry, no, that was in our late model race that he found the limit of tire wear. So
yeah,
maybe you
yeah,
learned something in that late model race there.
save a little bit for that end.
Maybe, but early in the race, like there's 4 or 5 cars all under a blanket. Like you guys didn't seem to be able to get away from each other mid pack.
Yeah, I tried to let them race it out a little bit, trying to save a little tire, knowing that we had a long race ahead of us. And I just tried to keep up with them and keep pace. They're saving tire.
Well, and that's definitely a difficult thing to do, is try to save tire and yet not give up too much time. But you managed to hold on for a third place finish. Is there anyone you'd like to thank for that?
I want to thank my wife for letting me have the habit of iRacing, Justin, my teammate, for doing stuff for me, Dean and Mick, and you for everything you guys do to put this on, and Team Strange Brew for helping me out a lot this season. I appreciate all of them.
Alrighty, Ray. Well, you know what? That third place finish, I'm sure, is going to help you quite a bit in the point standings. You were only 24 points out of the lead coming into tonight. Third place is definitely going to help with that.
That's good to hear, actually.
So, hopefully, we can continue these strong runs and go on from here for the last 3 races of the season.
Yeah, I hope to talk to you again up here. I'm gonna try.
Hopefully. Congratulations on third place.
Thank you.
Alrighty. And bringing up second place, Mr. Podium himself, Justin Walbring.
Oh, that was something.
That was probably, I think, one of, if not the longest green flag run we've seen in the mini stocks this season.
I think we've went green to checkered once.
Even still, that's 60, I believe it was about 60 or so laps that we went green flag here, and this is a bit of a workout of a track.
Oh, most definitely. I'm sitting over here sweating.
Well, mid-race, you guys, from second on to about 5th, 6th place, you guys were all under a blanket. Like, were you kind of concerned that, maybe someone might get the better of you in there, or?
Oh, yeah, definitely. When Jackson Dale started walking off, I really thought I was done for and that I was falling off like super hard. But I don't know. I ended up picking up some time, or Dale fell off, one of the two. He tried to block me there for a while, but I ended up being able to get around him finally.
Yeah, I was in my head on the broadcast here, just telling you to go high, go high, go high. You can't make the pass on the low side, and you finally found that outside line.
Yeah, it didn't help that he threw in some dirty blocks there for a little bit, too. He almost took my nose off a couple times.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta race dirty. Hopefully it just doesn't end up in tears for both parties, but you got around him, you managed a second place finish. I'm sure you got a few people you want to thank for that.
Oh, most definitely. My typical sponsors, Festicat Festival Service, Michael Steele Graphics, Kush 21 for my pre-race ritual, and Extreme Pro Race Engines. I want to thank my wife, my children, and I want to definitely give a big shout out to everybody that's helped me.
Well, Justin, I think we're going to have to just copy and paste that little clip there, because we've been going through that almost every race this season. I think you've only missed out on the podium once out of, what, 10 races now?
Yeah, only once I haven't podiumed. So I'm trying to keep this streak alive. I'm hoping you see me every single week.
Well, you are definitely doing a very good job with that so far. Hopefully we can continue for the last 3 weeks of the season.
Definitely, and I just extended my points lead by a pretty good margin tonight. So hopefully I can keep it for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you definitely should have done that. You came in with a 3-point gap over second place Matt Moreau, who did not have a very good night.
Now, I seen him go up the track and then he just disappeared, and I don't know where he went from there.
Well, he tried to sneak in between you and I believe it was the 88 car, and he ended up turning himself off the 88's nose.
Unfortunate. I really like competing with Matt. He's such a great driver, and he definitely pushes me to my limits.
Yeah, and Matt is one of the few competition you have in the points right now. He is second place, 3 points behind you, but the guy that finished ahead of you, he was only 9 points behind.
Oh, man. It's going to be a tight one.
It's been tight all season. I don't see that changing until the very end.
Most definitely. You have a great night, Tom.
You too. Congratulations on second, and see you next week.
Thank you. See you.
All right, and bringing up the checkered flag once again, Mr. Jaxson Quallie in that number 17 Ford Mustang. Jaxson just out on a Sunday drive out there. Almost a 12-second gap between you and second place at the checkered flag.
Yeah, the car was a rocket.
We could see that. Like, I was looking at some of your lap times and comparing them, and towards the end, you were running lap times a half second faster than anyone else other than Mick Olofsson, but he had fresh tires.
Yeah, we were saving tires.
Well, you definitely did a lot of that. You definitely saved a lot of tires. Puts you to, like I said, almost a 12-second gap back to second place. How much was your dad, Dean, coaching you today, or was he just staying quiet in the background?
All of it.
Well, Jaxson, who do you want to thank for this this victory?
Strangebury Racing, all the dirt, my dad and my family, and all the fans. And you.
Well, thank you so much, Jaxson. I appreciate that. I'm having a lot of fun sitting here broadcasting these races for you guys, and you know, we're going to have to kick you out of this rookie league here fairly soon. The way you're driving, you just driving away to a 12-second win at a difficult track to drive is very impressive.
Yeah.
And starting on the outside line the way you did, like Mick, the first the initial start there, Mick kind of kept you honest. He managed to get ahead. Was that just you not anticipating the start, or were you trying to give a little bit of space and learn?
No, I got into the wall.
Well, the wall definitely doesn't help you. That slows you down a little bit, but either way, that's one caution came out. You got the lead on the restart, and you didn't even look back from there. Congratulations on the win, Jaxson.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty. That does it for today's races. Mick Olofsson dominating the dirt. Jaxson Quallie coming in the asphalt and just obliterating everyone. 11.8 second differential from first to second on that young kid's. Like that young fella, he's going to go places if he keeps up the way he's going. But we will continue on next week racing at, give me 1 second here. The dirt cars will be racing the Charlotte Dirt Oval, and we will continue on to South Boston, 40 and 75 laps each as the usual next Tuesday. See you guys there.